What's happening, people? We're back here once again on CubCamTV for this another edition of CubReacts, and today we are taking a peek at this one from WizKid. It's an early release. We've seen this one drop at, I think it dropped at around 12 o'clock in the middle of the day. I'm not quite sure what time zone this has been released for. However, I'm excited to get into it. We know Made in Lagos is on the way. We keep seeing it tweeted about. We keep seeing loads of bits from WizKid talking about this album, and this is something off that album by the looks of things. The thumbnail art for this is the album artwork for Made in Lagos. So hopefully this is one of the tunes that's on there. I probably will be. I don't know why I'm even questioning that. Out to everyone locking in each and every time. Of course, please do make sure you are hitting that subscribe button at the bottom of the page if you aren't already subbed. The growth on the channel's been spectacular, and it's been awesome to see how many of you are getting involved. So please do keep subscribing if you aren't already. Throw a comment on the video as well. Let us know if you agree or disagree, and of course throw a like on it as well. Socials wise, you can catch me at KXVU on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and SoundCloud. It's pronounced Kovu. There we go. One thing to remind you all of before we get into this video: this is an analytical breakdown reaction video, so we will be pausing quite regularly. Obviously we have to avoid the copyright sort of side of things, so I have to pause quite regularly to make sure that we don't get overwritten by copyright stuff, and it's quite annoying that we have to do it that way, but however, that's just kind of how we have to do it. So there will be a lot of pauses. If you aren't interested in a lot of pauses, please do feel free to leave and come back and watch a different reaction video. However, this one's going to be very analytical. We're going to be breaking it down on a technical level and on a just general dance music level as well. So let's crack on and yeah, let's go. WizKid, baby. Ooh. Really nice chords to open up with. Really nice.
I got the pretty lady with no stress. She got her own, but she needs some love. She got her own, but she needs some love.
You know what? Straight out the box with WizKid, there is something about this guy's voice which just hits differently. Obviously, there's a bit of auto-tune going on. There's always a bit of auto-tune going on with WizKid, and I like how it sounds. He just has this tonality to his voice that fits so perfectly with the auto-tune. And again, just straight out the gate, just a little 2-bar of chords, and then just straight in with the kind of Afrobeat style drums, and just a smooth sounding instrumental. He sounds wicked already.
She tell me say now only me they make her love. Tell me say now only me they cool her stress. She tell me say now only me she want.
Again, in the background, those little kind of sub hums, those little they're not really that obvious, but if you like listen out for them, those little bass tones are really smooth. They're almost like kind of floating in and out, which for a bass instrument you'd expect it to be a lot more louder and prominent, but on this it's just been produced so cleanly that it just sounds, everything about it sounds natural and nothing sounds overpowering.
You tell me say that me they make her come.
That.
You tell me say that me they keep her warm. Wine on my body, baby, wine that.
You know what? Oh my word, man! Just I can't say enough. The amount of tunes from WizKid I've heard that just are undercover wines. You know, they're tunes you will take in and just find your bottom half moving without even realizing it's happening. Oh man, I can't wait. I can't wait to see WizKid out and about, man. I can't wait to hear some of his tunes in the dances when the dances eventually return, of course.
Oh, make a wine that. She tell me say my love make a climax. She tell me say now only me they make a move, they move, they make a feel right now.
This is just very classic WizKid by the sound of things. This is just him basically coming onto the tune and showing, look, this is what I do best. Kind of love-based anthems, kind of talking about obviously like the relationship with someone and obviously the enjoyment you can get from that, and him just being just the star figure he is. You know, man, he is a genuine worldwide music star. I don't think it's talked about enough.
Girl, your body calling me right now. Girl, so many things in my mind now. Make it suck, make a fuck, baby, right now.
Those little vocal, again, the vocal melodies he's using, those kind of right now, like it's very every sort of 4 bars, the pattern switching, it's vibrant, it's lively. There's a constant level of growth and progression about the tune without it sounding like overcomplicated or overbearing. It's a very clever piece of composition so far.
I've been waiting for tonight, where the energy feels right. When my touch make it feel right.
Again, you see that switch up in style. It's brilliant.
Now we come alive, make we drink up while we reminisce. Say a prayer for our enemies. Say my love, now your remedy. Baby girl, you mean a lot to me.
Everything about this is just catching me, man. It's just in that sort of style of tune. It's a 2 a.m. house party, lights dimmed tune. You know, that's what, if there's a music video dropping for this, I imagine that's the sort of thing it would look like. That's the vibe I'm getting off this. I want to be at a house party listening to this, man.
I got the pretty lady with no stress. She got her own, but she needs some love. She got her own, but she needs some love. That she tell me say now only me they make her love.
Again, that chorus block is very, very catchy. There's a lot of kind of classic WizKid sort of vocal maneuvers going on here, like the need your love, like that. We've heard that in a lot, that sort of style in a lot of other tunes, but again, it's been slightly warped and slightly kind of differentiated for this tune to make it sound obviously different. And there's almost like a combination of like 4 or 5 classic different WizKid sounds we're hearing throughout the hook, and it's like it's catchy instantaneously. You feel like you know where it's going without knowing why. Again, very, very clever. So good. I'm running out of things to say about it because I could sit and listen to this all day. This is, again, it's a type of tune that if you can hear this and not be put into a good mood or into even like a reminiscent happy mood, I don't know what's going on, honestly.
She tell me say now only me they make her feel alright. Yeah, she tell me say now only me they make her feel alright. After they give me my baby, yeah, we cuddle every night. She they ride it like a back riding it.
That switch up in flow as well. So the kind of skippy pattern going from the more sort of extended like sort of notation to going to like a more sort of dibby almost toasting sort of style, almost like a dancehall kind of like sort of approach to the flow patterns he's using. Again, very, very different, almost bar for bar. It's constantly changing, it's evolving. Very, very nice.
Steady while she riding and she gentle when she ride. These guys wine to make my one why. These one show me one day pass my eye.
Again, I can't summarize how much those low-end bass notes are influencing this tune. Because they're not like on the start and finish of the bar. They're very syncopated. They're very kind of popping up where they want to. But they're what add that kind of extra kind of hip thrust to the tune, if you know what I mean. That's the kind of layer of the tune that makes your hip kind of randomly dent inwards because you're listening to it and you're feeling a vibe on it. Those bass notes are very, very cleverly placed. You're not expecting them, and you don't even notice they're there unless you listen out for them, and then you hear them and it becomes even stronger. This is fire.
I've been waiting for tonight, yeah. She said we be the man, yeah. She said we get the stamina. I'm again want me now.
Oh, come on, WizKid, man. Just, again, the vocal displays. As I said before, there are going to be a lot of pauses. If you don't want to watch the pauses, go to a different channel. Unfortunately, this is going to be a very pause-heavy channel, purely because I want to break down every single element of this tune. Instrumental-wise, it's progressing and progressing and progressing. It's very stripped back, but still very full. WizKid doesn't sound overbearing. He sounds very much a part of the tune, which is something, that's what makes a tune sound classic, you know, where the vocal sounds like it's supposed to be there. And I feel WizKid just has a natural ability to do that.
Reminisce, say a prayer for our enemies. Say my love, now your remedy. Baby girl, you mean a lot to me.
And now the thing with this is, I can tell it's going to switch up again. It's going to move into a completely, not different direction, but there's going to be a new element layered into this. I'm willing to bet.
The pretty lady with no like, no stress. She got her own, but she needs some love.
Okay, I was wrong. It's back to the chorus, but still, the point still stands.
She got her own, but she needs some love. Like she tell me, say, now only me they make her love. Tell me, say, now only me they cool her stress. She tell me, say, now only me she want.
So cold, man. It's getting playlisted, let's put it that way. It's going to be on my show next week, just because this is the type of tune I want to hear in the morning, want to hear it in the afternoon, want to hear it in the evening. I can't stress how much, there is no stress enough on how good WizKid is and how much of a champion he is in the field he works in.
Show me one thing that got you trouble. Show me one thing that make you want some more. London girl me.
Again, the switch up in vocal patterns. Every single time he does that, it sounds more and more dancehall-y, you know? And obviously Afrobeat and dancehall have a lot of kind of similar kind of backgrounds in regards to sort of structure and patterns and rhythms. So we're going to get a lot of the similar sort of vocal patterns leveling up. It's not saying one sounds is a copy of the other or anything like that. They're just they have a lot of similar elements as genres. But with this, the way WizKid's kind of projecting that energy, so fire, man. So fire.
South London girl, they make my head the boss. Got my to my Asian girl. I said I big up my Jamaican girl. I said I big up my African girl. I guess a lady for my
those bass tones, bro. They're catching me. They're even almost getting louder as the tune goes on. They're probably not. I'm just becoming more aware of them. But they're just so potent. I think that's going to be a little bit lost on this tune. People aren't going to talk about how good the production level on this tune is. It's a very, very clean piece of production that allows WizKid to really sit in the middle and do what he does best.
We know they make me rest. I got the pretty lady with no like, no stress. She got her own, but she needs some love. She got her own, but she needs some love. That she tell me, see, now only me, they make her love.
Oh, so catchy, man. I'm looking forward to Monday because I'm going to play this every show.
Tell me, say, now only me, they cool as stress. She tell me, say, now only me, she warm. She tell me, say, now me, they make her calm. She tell me, say, that me, they keep her warm.
Oh, it's the hook as well. It's so catchy. There's like 4 or 5 different bits of it that you want to sing along to, which I feel, again, WizKid is a genuine genius at making these catchy hooks that people know. Obviously, we look at all of these big tunes he's done over the years. Obviously, the tunes he's done with Drake, the tunes he's done with Skepta, those hooks are so memorable, and there's something about the way he performs and the way he puts his vocals across that literally makes us just sing along every single time. I like this as well. The fact he's allowed that instrumental element at the end kind of almost amplifies how good the instrumental structure is on this. Very subtle, those kind of distant melodies, quite low down in the mix. The bass is really, really high when there's no vocal there to kind of counteract it. Drums super clean as well. The shakers very, very clean in the way they're processed. Oof. Those like sliding melodies as well. Amazing. What a tune this is, man. Oh, what a tune. You know what? I have looked forward to an album this much, but I am looking forward to Made in Lagos. Oh my word. This album's going to be on a different scale. Right then, people, this is my kind of analysis, final analysis roundup. I think WizKid's done a fantastic job on this. I think this is exactly what people are kind of expecting to hear from WizKid, and he definitely hasn't disappointed. He's not been too kind of basic with it. He's not been cookie cutter. He's basically taken his style and taken all loads of classic elements of tunes of his that people know and kind of forged them together into this one like sort of super amalgamation of a hook, and then the verses are constantly changing and switching up. The flow patterns are amazing, and he works so nicely over this instrumental, which is a genius piece of Afrobeat instrumental production. I've got to say, those bass tones are so powerful yet not intrusive at all. The melodies, that they're so distant but yet so relevant to what's going on. You kind of find yourself grooving along to it, and then on a very techie level, the shakers are processed really nicely as well. So there we go. Not something I find myself saying often, and there we go. We're all done. So thank you everyone who has watched this one. Again, apologies for the amount of pauses I'm having to do these days. If I could do it another way, I would. Trust me, I've looked into it. There is no other way at this moment that I am able to do these reaction videos and break things down analytically without pausing regularly, because what will happen is you lose context, and I will upload it. It will get taken down because of copyright. I then have to chop it down and chop it down and chop it down, and you lose kind of context of where I'm coming from. So this is, in my opinion, the best way to kind of do things. But there we go. If you have enjoyed, please do make sure you are hitting that subscribe button, getting involved with the channel each and every time. Please do leave a like, leave a comment as well. Let us know if you agree or disagree with the analysis. Please don't tell me I need to stop pausing, because I can't do anything about it, people. Honestly, I've tried. As well as that, make sure you are hitting that social media wall as well. Hit me up on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and SoundCloud. All of those at KXVU, and we shall see you next time. Plenty more reactions on the way this evening. Let's get it.